Hello and welcome to the channel. President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu has passed his first acid test as the Supreme Court delivered a verdict in his favor, thereby dismissing the People's Democratic Party (PDP) suit of Tinubu and his VP-elect Kashim Shettima being ineligible to be inaugurated on Monday, May 29. With this verdict, Tinubu will be sworn in and inaugurated as Nigeria's next president, succeeding the outgoing president Muhammadu Buhari. Details to follow. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Supreme Court dismisses PDP suit, affirms Bola Tinubu's eligibility for presidency. The Supreme Court has affirmed the eligibility of the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu to contest the presidential election that held on February 25th. The Apex Court, in a unanimous decision by a five-member panel on Friday, held that an appeal the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) filed to challenge the legality of Tinubu's candidacy lacked merit. PDP had in the appeal marked SCCV 501-2023 sought Tinubu's disqualification on the premise that the Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, allowed himself to be nominated for more than one constituency ahead of the 2023 general elections. It told the court that Shettima was nominated twice, both for the Borno Central senatorial seat and for the vice presidential position. PDP argued that Shettima's dual nomination was in gross breach of the provisions of sections 29, 1, 33, 35, and 84, 1 and 2 of the Electoral Act 2022 as amended. Consequently, aside from praying the court to nullify Tinubu and Shettima's candidacy, the appellant equally applied for an order to compel the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to expunge their names from the list of nominated or sponsored candidates that were eligible to contest the presidential poll. Meanwhile, the Apex Court, in its lead judgment that was delivered by Justice Adamu Jauro, held that PDP lacked the locus standi legal right, that is, to interfere in affairs of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), which nominated both Tinubu and Shettima for the presidential election. The Apex Court upheld the concurrent decisions of the Court of Appeal and the Federal High Court in Abuja, which earlier dismissed the PDP's case. It agreed with the respondent that Section 285(14)(c) of the 1999 Constitution as amended and Section 149 of the Electoral Act 2022 did not confer the locus standi legal right to challenge the candidature of Shettima on the ground of double nomination. The Apex Court held that Section 84 of the Electoral Act only empowered an aspirant that participated in the primary election of a political party to challenge the nomination of a candidate by the party. It held that the PDP failed to establish the injury it suffered as a result of the nomination by the APC, stressing that the law does not permit a political party to dabble in domestic affairs of another political party. The Supreme Court said the PDP was unable to prove that its civil rights and obligations were in danger of being infringed upon. It described the appeal as the action of a nosy busybody and a meddlesome interloper that is peeping into the affairs of its neighbor. More so, the Apex Court berated the PDP for filing the appeal, which it said was frivolous and capable of exposing the judiciary to public ridicule. The Apex Court held that evidence before it showed that Shettima duly withdrew as the candidate of the APC in the Borno senatorial election on July 6, 2022. In whichever angle this appeal is viewed, it is frivolous and bound to fail. From the trial court down to this court, it has been a waste of precious judicial time. The instant appeal was unnecessary and counsel should do better to advise their client against filing this sort of suit in future, Justice Jauro added. While dismissing the appeal, the Supreme Court okayed 2 million naira damages that was awarded against the PDP in favor of the respondents. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Meanwhile, the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, has berated supporters of opposition parties, threatening to disrupt the inauguration of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as Nigeria's president on Monday, May 29. Recall that the Department of State Services (DSS) had on Wednesday raised a fresh alarm about the plot by some subversive elements to disrupt Tinubu's swearing-in. The DSS said those against the inauguration plan to undermine security agencies' efforts at ensuring peaceful ceremonies, as well as creating panic and fear among members of the public. The Secret Police, however, warned that it would not allow the subversive elements in charge of the sinister plans to have their way. However, in a chat with World View Africa, Keyamo said many of those threatening to disrupt the May 29 swearing-in are just online noisemakers, stating that they should be ignored. The chief spokesperson of the defunct Tinubu Shettima Presidential Campaign Council added that the opposition supporters will run away when they see real trouble. He said, "It is a storm in a teacup. All these people who are saying they will foment trouble on May 29 are just online noisemakers. It is better to just ignore them. If they see real trouble, they will melt away. Many of them have not seen the four walls of detention cells unlike us. We have gone through the fire. I, sitting down here, I have seen it all. Most of them have not even slept in the cell for one night, and now they are making mouths online. Let them come out and disrupt the inauguration and see what happens." Also, ahead of the inauguration of the president-elect Bola Tinubu on May 29, the Muhammadu Buhari government has said there will be restrictions on movement around Eagle Square in Abuja. The permanent secretary in the office of the head of civil service, Ngozi Onwudiwe, made the disclosure in a statement on Friday. Onwudiwe said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Federal Secretariat Complex Phases 1, 2 and 3 will be blocked off by security operatives ahead of the swearing-in ceremony. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.